Even the money for these trips is coming from a fund similar to the one that got ex-mayor Kwame Kilpatrick in trouble. Kilpatrick allegedly misspent hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it never came to light until the feds indicted him. That's because, by law, politicians don't have to tell you who donates money to these funds or detail how they spend it.
I've been in public office over 25 years. I'm not Kwame Kilpatrick, and my record says that.
Wayne County Executive Robert Ficano isn't happy about our latest Action News investigation. So much so that when we showed up for our interview, we found a camera pointed at us. What has the county's top brass on edge? Questions we're asking about a little-known fund called the Wayne County Economic Development Corporation, a nonprofit fund created last year in part to pay for trade missions for top county officials. The overseas trips are to faraway countries with the worthy mission of drumming up business for Wayne County.
And it was really the companies and the labor that came together and said, we want to form this nonprofit in order to recruit and bring jobs into the area.
Last month, Ficano, along with his two top deputies and their press secretary, spent 5 days in Italy and France. Even Sheriff Benny Napoleon went along. His spokeswoman said it was to discuss crime and security with companies thinking of taking root in Wayne County. The UAW picked up Napoleon's tab. But unlike Ficano's campaign fund or political action committee, this fund isn't required to disclose who shells out money to pay for these trips. It also isn't required to provide details about how the money is spent. And last year, it took in plenty of money, $100,000 in private donations. Since September, Action News has been asking questions about just who those private donors are, and each time the answers seem to change. On September 28th, story number 1, we were told that names of donors to the fund could not be released because it would be against the law. We'd never share our list, wrote the county's press secretary, but there is no law that prohibits that. So, on October 4th, came story number 2. The same spokeswoman told us in an email that the county would release a list of members who support the fund. But that never came, and 2 days later, on October 6th, story number 3. County officials told us they never would release the names, this time due to privacy reasons.
Then, when we met with County Executive Robert Ficano, the story changed for the 4th time. Yes, they would be transparent, sort of.
The fund has been in existence for over a year, but suddenly, only hours before our interview was scheduled, a website was hastily created for the little-known fund. On it, they listed only some of the corporations and labor groups who've contributed, but would not say what they provided.
Do any county contractors contribute to this fund?
I have no idea.
Ficano may claim not to know, but we do. Like Strategic Staffing Solutions, the recipient of major county contracts. And then there's the Roxbury Group. The Detroit real estate consultant firm received just under $350,000. And the law firm Clark Hill, in just 6 months' time, they've received just over $300,000 in county contracts.
So other companies paid donations to this fund, and that paid for your trip?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see any potential for conflict of interest there?
No.
Why not?
Because we're all working in the same arena. These are labor leaders. These are the major 500 corporations, and they don't want to see those jobs go to south like Alabama or Mississippi.
But remember, the fund released only a partial list of donors. How many other corporations or individuals wrote checks to pay for an overseas trip for top county officials? It's still a mystery to taxpayers.
But why not just be upfront about who the actual individual donors are?
Well, that's up to the board. We are one vote. If it were up to me, I would say, sure, disclose all of it. But if you're asking, it's not controlled by Wayne County.
Let's take a closer look at just who controls and oversees the Wayne County Economic Development Corporation. That's Fund President Azam Elder. He's Ficano's right-hand man, the Deputy County Executive. He recently traveled with Ficano on a trade mission to France and Italy, along with Turkia Mullen, the fund's Executive Director and the third highest-paid county employee as the head of Economic Development. Also on the board, Stacy Fox. Ficano said she doesn't work for the county, but until very recently, Her former company was the recipient of major county contracts worth almost $350,000. And last but not least, Renee Pipus. She was appointed to a 6-year term on the Wayne County Airport Commission by Robert Ficano. Clearly, all 4 members have strong ties to Wayne County government.
We want to know who's paying for those junkets.
Christina Koo is the executive director for Common Cause Michigan, a nonpartisan group that fights for more transparency in government. They want to help end the pay-to-play politics that have plagued local governments.
Are these companies in some ways knowing that if they pay for this nice trip to France and Italy to bring back business to Michigan, do they end up being campaign contributors? And what does that mean when it comes to, the county giving out contracts?
Wayne County still won't tell us who the remaining mystery donors are, but other private money will be helping to pick up the tab for the county's next trade mission in November. They're going to spend 9 days in China, traveling to 4 different cities. Stephen and Carolyn.
So